if you have any more questions.
All right.
So to add categories, click on Grade Center.
Okay.
And then go into the full Grade Center.
Okay.
And then under Manage.
Now, I tried to add, see here, quizzes, exams, but I can't add any individual scores, so I might.
Yeah, go to Manage.
Okay. Manage.
And you've got categories, fifth one down. Categories right there.
Okay.
And so these are all the different categories that already exist. And
yeah.
So.
And these can't be changed, it says.
Really?
Because
okay.
Well, it says you can't change the name, but if you want something else, you want to add it. Okay.
Yeah, and let's say you want one for quizzes. So if your students have 10 quizzes and you want to equally weight them, each quiz will be worth 10% of the quiz category, right? Okay. Create a category right here. And just call it quizzes.
And I've already done that.
Okay, so let's but I didn't see the category in there, so let's
okay.
just go ahead and do it for example's sake. And
quizzes EX. All right.
Oh, for example, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit submit. So where's quizzes in there? I don't see quizzes.
It's supposed to be in there. It was on. Oh, maybe it didn't get in there.
Yeah, so
Dude,
let's
that's
fine. Let's rename it. Let's just do it for real. So click a little drop down arrow and choose edit. And take out the EX. And now hit submit. There you go. Okay. All right, cool. So we created one category. Where's your syllabus?
Right here.
Do you have it online anywhere? Is it in any of these over here? Information?
It's in BlackBoard, yes.
Information, not there. Content, open link in new tab.
Yeah, it's there. It should be there.
And there's the syllabus.
Yes. Yeah. Sheila Martin suggested I have making a separate link called the syllabus. So I didn't know you could even do that.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open that.
Okay.
All right, so we're just going to look for the categories. It's a long syllabus.
All right, there we go.
All right, so you had quizzes. Right there. Homework, quizzes, and
quizzes are part of this. I normally give about, let's see here. Let's see, going to go a little bit. Quizzes are, where the hell did I put it? A little more. Oh, here we go. Okay. Actually, let's make it 100 points. We'll make it even.
Well, the way I would do this is I would get rid of points.
Okay.
And I would stick. This is going to work best for Blackboard. Get rid of points and just do percentage weight.
Okay.
And so, and I break out homework, quizzes, and participation. And so I would add right here. I would see this here. Control C, and then insert.
Yeah, it's kind of broken out down below there, but it's like 200 points total.
Insert rows above. So I would do homework, and then I would do quizzes, and I would do participation. So I'd have those in each three.
Okay.
And research, practice set, examinations, tests, including final. I'd probably do final there. And what's the difference between an exam and a quiz?
Exam is up to 200 points, 50 questions, 4 points each. That's 200 points. And quizzes is 10 questions, 1 point each, 10 points.
Okay.
You get 3 exams, and you get about 15.
Okay.
Well, let's say 12 quizzes.
All right. So I take that out. Column. And then I would think about, like, just for argument's sake, right? I might say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories. So I might say the final is worth 10% of your grade, and participation is worth 10% of your grade, And then I place a lot of emphasis on hands-on homework, so I'd say maybe that's worth 25% of your grade. Maybe this one's worth 15, so I'm at 25, 35, 40, 50, 60. And that would be 10% here, 10% here, 70, 80, and 20% there. So I might do something like that.
Okay. You know why I stopped doing the percentages was because you get students miss a lot of quizzes.
Mm.
And let's say only did 2 quizzes and they got a 10 and a 10, that's 100%.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, so.
Well,
How
it
do
all
you
works
get it?
out the same. If they miss it, they miss it, and then that just impacts their grade. So I would stick with just percents like that. And then once you're over here in Blackboard, we could come back into the Grade Center. Sorry, let's go into categories. And we're going to create some categories. So we got quizzes already. And we need examinations. Just have the wording be exactly the same as on your syllabus so that it practice set so that there's no confusion for the students. Right? They say, okay, this is worth 10%. Group research. And homework. And you got quizzes, participation, and final. And final. Okay?
Okay.
And then we'll go into the Grade Center once again, full Grade Center. So we got our different categories. And then in here, you have this check mark right here, this green check mark. You don't want that there. That means that is the external grade. You see the tooltip that comes up right there.
Right.
We want the external grade to be something like total or weighted total. And I find these to be redundant. And if you go in and you just do column information, edit column information, you look at weighted total. What is weighted total? And I scroll down. It looks like that. Okay, just kind of like visually picture that right there. And so I'm going to cancel that. That's weighted total. And if I go in and I look at total, it looks different. I was thinking it's going to look the same. All right, so total is the one I don't want. I don't know what the hell this total thing is. So I'm just going to delete total. So get rid of total.
Well, you said it, the green mark there. What does that mean exactly?
So that is that's going to be the green mark says this is your grade in the class. They call that the external grade.
Oh.
So I'm going to set this as the external grade, the weighted total. So now that that weighted total is external grade, I'm going to edit column information, and I'm going to call it my grade. So when the students are looking at this, they see it's my grade. And the primary display will be percentage, and the secondary display will be a letter. So they'll see 73% C.
C, okay.
Right? And then I'm going to look down here. Include this column in grade center calculations? No. This isn't going to add to their grade. It's just going to display the grade. Show this column students? Yes. Show statistics? No. Calculate as a running total? Only includes items that have grades or attempts. That's a running total. So no, because if they take one quiz and they get 100%, it's going to say your grade's 100%. No, I want it to start from 0 and build up, right? Okay. So you have 0. The class just started. You took one quiz. It's worth 1% of your grade. You got 100%. You now have 1% for your grade in the class.
Oh,
right?
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
How do you keep someone? Well, like yesterday, we had our first quiz.
Yeah.
If he gets 10% or 10 points, that's 100%. Yeah. Technically, he's got an A in the class.
Well, not this way. Not with saying don't calculate as a running total. You only have 1%, right? It shows them what they've earned. And now we need to say, hey, what categories do we want to have contribute? And so this takes us back to our syllabus, right? And here are our categories. So we have exam, practice, and group research. So we have exams. So let's move that over. We have group practice set. Let's move that over. We have group research. Let's move that over. We have homework, quizzes, participation. Homework, quizzes, participation. And then we have the final, right? And so now these selected columns are going to calculate the grade and enter the weight % for each item.
Oh, I see.
Examinations, 20%.
Now it's making sense.
Right? So where did examination go? Here's examination. That's 20%. And practice set is 10, and group research is 10. Group research is 10. And you can see it's now added up to 30. And practice set is 10. Now it's 40. And homework and quiz. Homework is 25, and quizzes are 15. Homework is 25, and quizzes are 15. We're at 80. And then we have participation and the final are each 10. Participation and final. Now we got 100%. So now this is going to weight the columns equally, right? So for every participation item I create, if I create 2 participation items, they're each worth 5%. If I create 10 participation items, they're each worth 1% of the total. That's just right. And don't pay any attention to drop grades or use only the lowest. Just ignore that. I find that this is sort of like Occam's razor, make things as simple as possible and not simpler. You know?
I do drop one exam, though.
Throw that out of your syllabus.
Really?
Just throw it out. It just makes your grading more complicated, and you got to do or die. Show up, know your stuff, get it done, too bad. Streamline it, simplify it, make things as simple as possible.
Well, I kind of already told them that, so I kind of have to do it. But if I can just put down for exams.
Well, what you could do for exams then, okay, so we could do that. Exams, drop one lowest right here. One lowest.
All right.
All right, now it's going to drop the one lowest. That's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
I don't know, but look at it and see if it worked right. I've never used it.
See, there's a possibility of taking 3 exams, but they only count 2. So one has.
There you go. So now we're going to submit this. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to rearrange these columns because my grade should be way off to the right. And I'm going to go in here to column organization under manage. Column organization. So my grade should be the last thing they see. And first name, last name, username, student ID. These are frozen on the left. I'm just going to drag my grade down here. And my grade is going to show up right there on the bottom. And that's just to show you how to arrange them. And it's calculated grades, the categories, what it says there. I'm going to get rid of quizzes because you aren't using this, are you? You're just playing around, getting that in there, see if it works.
No, actually, no. I use quizzes. Yeah.
Have you entered anything?
Not yet. I haven't entered anything.
Do you have any quizzes set into BlackBoard here?
No, but I do have some quizzes in my office I want to put in.
Okay, so let's just get rid of it and recreate it. Is that okay?
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
All right, let's just get rid of it. Okay. And get rid of exams. Yeah, bye-bye. All right, so now we have some things we need to create. So let's say participation, right? This is an in-the-person classroom. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to create, I'm just thinking what's the best way to do this?
Participation basically is the...
Did they come to class?
Attendance.
Yeah. Okay.
They get points added if they show up. Okay.
All right, so do they meet once a week or twice?
Twice a week.
Okay, so I'm going to create a column. And this column's going to be called, I don't want to have to change this. I don't want to have to change this every semester, so I'm calling it week 1, day 1. I don't want to have to change it. Next semester, week 1, day 1, still week 1, day 1. Semester 10 years from now,
gotcha.
The first class, week 1, day 1. I don't want to have to change this every semester. And the primary display, I like percentage. Secondary display, letter. And category is participation. Right? And points possible, and I do everything 100 points possible. So when I'm grading, if they're, if they got 100, 100. If they didn't show up, a 0. If it's a quiz and they got 83, 83, 83. So everything's just 100 points, and I don't use points at all for calculating their grade. The grade is all calculated with the percentage weighted method. So the points don't matter, right? Because it's just like what's the score on that one, and it's just basically out of including column and grade center calculations. Yes, show it to students. Yes, submit. So now we have a week 1, day 1. Let's create another column. And this takes time. Week 1, day 2. And it's percentage, and it's letter, and it's participation, and it's 100 points possible. And those are all set correct. Submit. Create a column. Week 2, day 1. And it's percentage, and it's letter, and it's participation, and it's 100 points.
So when they show up, what do I put in?
When they show up?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at that. So then I could go, first of all, go back into Manage Column Organization. And I could bring, once again, grade down to the bottom. Right? But I want to create all of these. And when I'm done creating those, I'll move into creating the next thing. Because these will then all be grouped. So you're going to have to create 34 of them 2 times every week for 17 weeks. You create 34 of those. And when you're done with that, then you're going to come in and you're going to start creating. So we would have created our participation, and then you come in and maybe start creating your homework or something. Okay. So I get all those created, and then when I'm ready to enter them, I'm just going to submit there. I'm ready to enter them. This is what it looks like. So Grade Center. And I'm just pausing because do I want to show student data? Are we showing student data on yours? We are. So it's going to have to be a private video.
Okay.
Because we have student first and last and IDs. So if I go into full Grade Center, and we're at 1620, I'll just go ahead and edit that. And I come all the way out here where I have my attendance. You can see I have all the week 1, day 1, week 2, week 1, day 2, and these are all the students who showed up. 100s, they were there, right? The zeros, they weren't there, you know. And then that all gets calculated automatically into their grade for whatever, you know. If we look at my weights, my grade, and that's the external grade, and go into edit column information. If we look at the weights, participation is worth 15% right there. So that's really how you set it up. So let me show you a few more cool things that you should probably build into your class.
Let me see on your on the quizzes. Can you play like quiz for chapter 1, chapter 2?
Yeah.
Should I do that?
Yeah. So here are the quizzes. Right? And each week. And I set this up where this is what you need to do week 1. This is what you need to do week 2.
My quizzes aren't online. I give them paper in class. We actually grade them in class.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be entering it manually.
Yeah.
All right. So to set up a quiz, we come back into create column. And we just call it quiz. How many do you do a week? 10? Or a year? A semester?
Probably about 12.
Okay, 12. So quiz number 1 maybe, right? And
Okay.
quiz number 2 and quiz number 3.
Right.
And it's going to be percentage, and it's going to be letter, and it's going to be part of the quizzes.
Oh, that's the thing I couldn't
And
figure
each
out.
one will be worth 100 points.
10 points.
You know? No, make them all 100. All 100. So when you're grading, if somebody has 73%, you enter 73. You don't have to enter 7.3 because it's out of 10. So everything you set up should be 100 points.
All right.
And then you just figure out what's their percentage score on it and enter that, right? You don't have to deal with decimals or anything. I'm giving you the Todd way. You could go back and change it.
All right. No.
All right, and then I hit submit. That's quiz number 1. And then I just go back to create column. Quiz number 2. Percentage, letter, quizzes, category, 100 points. That's it. And then I go into manage column organization. And, you know, now those are starting to lay out.
Okay, now how do I enter grades?
You can see which category they're in right there.
Oh, yeah, that's important. Right. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so now you're ready to enter some grades. Let's say we have grades for participation for the first day.
Let's say quiz 1.
All right, quiz 1.
I can do
the first thing I like to do is I like to see as many students as possible, so I don't have to scroll up and down here. So I go to Edit Rows Displayed, and I just put in 50. And if there's 30 students, it shows me 30. And now I'm seeing all that. I don't have enough room in my browser to see it all. You got a lot of students in your class.
No, that's not my class.
What class is this?
This is yours.
No, this is.
Oh, wait, it is my class. Yeah. Yeah, 42, something like that.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my scroll wheel on my mouse, and I just zoomed out. All right, I made everything a little bit smaller, so now I'm fitting more in there.
Oh. Okay.
So now I could see more of what's going on. And then I'm going to come down to the bottom here. You've got a lot of students. I'm just going to move that over so I have my quizzes. And let's say I have, you know, I like to talk to my students by first name. I'm going to sort by first name. All right, and then I just start looking at my papers. And the first paper on top is maybe Way, right? And I come down there and I'm like, okay, there's Way, quiz 1. You got a 95. You got a 95. All right, and here is Eva. She got a 72. And I look to the next paper, and it's Caesar, and Caesar got a 68. Num lock, let's go.
No.
68. I don't know who I said got the 72, but I'm using Firefox, and it's requiring me to click twice to enter each score. If I click
really?
once, nothing.
What do you use?
Chrome.
Chrome?
If I click twice, then I'm in there. So that's it. You just type them in.
Right.
So if I'm doing attendance, same thing. And with attendance, it's 100, 100, 00, 100, 100, 00. Or if they're there, they're not there.
The big thing is getting this thing set up the first time. After that's not so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. After
Use
that,
the
and then you
course copy.
replicate semester to semester.
Course copy. Yeah, okay.
And I like using the test banks. So you could go find the test bank for your class, and then you could go to course tools, test surveys and pools, and you can import a test bank. So I say I want to create a pool, and then you import the publisher's test bank,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you have the publisher's test bank in there, so if I look in here, I look at the pools, right? Here are all the different chapters,
Oh.
right? And so then when I'm in this area, test surveys and pools, so those are pools, are 75 questions for each chapter. I could go to tests, and I could create a test, right? And so if I look at what is this test, how is it created, right? And it's deployed to quizzes, which is the quiz area. And this has unlimited attempts, allows unlimited attempts. It says number of attempts 73. I don't know what's up with that. So, but what it does is it says, here, give me a random block of questions. There's total questions, 75 questions.
You pick
This
20.
is coming from the source pool chapter 1,
Okay.
right? Give me 20 questions out of those 75. And it doesn't matter, points per question. I wanted it to work out to 100 points, so I just made it 5 points per question, 20 questions, 100 points, because I like everything to be 100 in my class, right? And the points don't matter, but I just like it to work out to 100. So that's it. And so here's how I created this test. And I'm just looking here to see number of attempts. I don't see the number of attempts. All right, so that's it. I created the test, and there are all the tests. So I create each of those tests, right? Randomly draw 20 questions, and then on the final I said draw, so many from each chapter, and then I come into, let's see, tests, pools, surveys, pools. I come into quizzes, and if I wanted to create a new quiz, so here's quizzes, and when I'm ready to build content, I could go to assessments, test. I want to put a test here. They call it tests, I'm going to call it quizzes, right? So I'm ready to put a test here. So I choose that option. I'm ready to put a test here, add a test to my quizzes page. And then the ones that I haven't deployed will be listed here. I click it, I choose create, right? And then it creates a test there. I'm hitting cancel. There we go. And it would show up like I just did the first one there. It's right there. And I could choose to edit the test or edit the test options. If I edit the test, it takes me back to the test, right? Which was choose 20 randomly, which is right here, right? So I'm going to hit back, see if I could go back. Sometimes Blackboard doesn't let you go back. So now I'm going to edit the test options. Edit the test options. So I've had this pool. I created a test, I deployed the test, and now here are the test options. So it gets a little confusing with these. And so I can put instructions in, open the test in a new window, no. Make the link available, yes. Add an announcement, no. Multiple attempts, unlimited attempts, I like that. Always keep the highest grade. Students can take them as often as they want, and it'll always keep your highest grade, so you can keep taking it until you get the grade you like. You know, do I want a timer? No. Again, just keep it as simple as possible. Do I want to make it available or not available? No. Do I want a password? No.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
as stupid
password.
easy as you can, because it's complicated enough just to learn the material. You don't want to have to learn frickin' all this crazy, how do you actually do this course. Include this test in Grade Center score calculations? Yes. Right? And present them all at once and randomize the questions. That's it. Right? And now it's and it shows them the correct answers and the submitted answers after they've taken it, you know, and so they could compare and see what the right answer was and whatever. And now when they take this quiz, they click on the link to take the quiz, and they automatically take the quiz. When they're done taking the quiz, their grade is automatically inserted into Blackboard. I don't ever have to touch the grade.
Okay, that's what we're going to do next.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that's
ship
quizzes. Here's assignments. You want to go? You all done?
No. I want you to show me.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. No one else knows how to do it.
Quizzes is huge. So here's assignments, and you build a content, and I'm just going to create an assignment, an assessment right here.
Are these icons set up by the program?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to create an assignment. So I just click right there, assignment, under assignments, and sample test to be deleted assignment is the name of it. Here are the instructions, right? And due date and how many points? How many points do you think I'd make it worth?
100.
100, right? And then, you know, other stuff down here. Display of grades, primary score. I like the percentage, and then I like letter, and include in grade center calculations. Yes. Shows to students of my grades. Yes. Grading options. No, I don't care about any of that. And assignment type, individual submission, number of attempts, unlimited attempts. So if somebody's like, you did it wrong, resubmit, right? I don't have to go in and delete it. I just say, hey, resubmit, and then they resubmit, and I grade whatever's there. Score attempts using highest grade, keep the highest grade. So I set all those options, I hit submit. I'm not going to hit submit. But once I do that, it creates the assignment right here for them to do. And it also creates an entry in the gradebook. And so the gradebook, now when I come in here to grade these assignments, so if I go into Grade Center Needs Grading, and I am at 27 minutes and 22 seconds, these are the assignments that need grading. So I say grade all.
Now, why didn't these automatically go into the gradebook?
Because I have to enter a score for them.
Oh, I see.
They've submitted them. I need to now look at them, and I have to see. So they submitted this picture right here for this programming assignment, and so I just set this up in the assignment. And so I can now show this in folder. And so here's that picture.
Okay.
And yeah, that's right. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. And so I come back in here and I say, good job. If I want to put notes in, I can. Right? And I'm just going to give them 100. Here's the assignment. I download it. I look at it. Right? Good job. It's HTML2. Where is it? Right there. Yep, good. Delete those. 100. And so I just go through and it's just, I actually use this in two windows where I have my downloads over on the right window and my grading right there. So this shows up. I could see, even from that icon, I could tell that's the right picture. And so that's one of the ways I set up my class, is that they have to get something to a certain point and then take a screenshot of it. And when they get it to that screenshot, right, it's like, yeah, that's where you're supposed to get it to. I'm waiting for Ruben to come down. Where did Ruben? Okay, Ruben, programming week 2, perfect. Right, and then that's it. So I'm downloading, looking, grading. And so on the assignments, for each assignment, you know, I make a little video and upload that to YouTube and then put the link in. And it's like, here's how you do, you know, here's how you do this assignment. Watch this video, see how to do it. Right, and then they'd watch that video, and you could see, oh, here's an example of what it will look like when you're done. And then to turn it in, take a screenshot of this. Or on this one, I say you could submit the URL, right? And then they, to turn it in, they click on that link. And I show them this in the videos, and you know, they attach their picture, attach file, browse my computer, right? That's quizzes, that's assignments. I have my syllabus set up not as a Word document because not everybody has Microsoft Word. They might be looking at this as a mobile phone. I set it up as a Google document. All right, so the syllabus comes up as a Google Doc, and that's more accessible to more people without having it to be Microsoft Word. And I use right here when I create that open in new window, right? So some stuff I open in a new window, so I don't want it to go out. I don't want this to turn into Google Docs. It's Blackboard, so I have that open up in a new window. So that's assignments, that's quizzes, and then my MightyLab, right? So my MightyLab, getting my MightyLab set up is a little bit of a hairball. But you go into course tools, and you might have to enable it. Pearson's MyLab and mastering. And so when you do that, there's something in here about connecting your account, and when you connect it, and we could try doing this in yours, but when you connect it, I haven't been able to get it to do for selected columns. I do it for it'll only do it for all columns, all right? But then the benefit of having it connected is manage Pearson, MyLab, and mastering grades. So I just click on that once it's connected, and I say refresh the grades. And then this is some voodoo logic, but I say show all because I'm a little bit superstitious that if I have page 1 of 3, it's only going to do for page 1.
Oh, yeah.
So I say show, that's voodoo logic, and then I say submit, right? And now it's going to go and fetch all the grades. Now, I am not grading my students on all this stuff. I'm not grading them on the trainings and things like that, but all of that got thrown into the grade book when I set this up with my MightyLab. And so I needed to somehow just show them what I'm grading them on and make sure what I'm grading them on is the only thing contributing to their weighted grade for my MightyLab. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is grinding away, and when it's done in a moment, I'll show you how to do that. All right, so it updated 13 grades, right? Pulled 13 grades over. So now in the Grade Center, and I'm back at what time? 32, 20. In the Grade Center, you can see here under Manage Column Organization, and you can make a really rigorous class where students have to do a tremendous amount of work, and you get off without having, look at all those assignments they have to do. Look at all those assignments, right?
Sheesh.
Like, they got 4 or 5 a week. 3 the first week, 4 the first week, 3 the second week, 4 the third week. So I just have them incrementally do a lot of stuff, and small, learn this, small, learn this, small, learn this. Each one's 10, 20, 30 minutes maybe. And so all those assignments, right? And then here's the MightyLab stuff, right? And I just have exams showing up right here. And you can see the categories MightyLab. And then here are all the quizzes, a quiz a week. And notice, like, I call these week 1, week 2, just like I call the assignments. This is a week 1 assignment.
Why is this thing not in a grading period?
Because grading periods are like, is just a whole different thing that, again, keep it simple. Don't have grading periods. Like, this should be done from these dates. Like, that's just a pain. Just keep it totally open. And if they want to work ahead and do everything in the first 4 weeks, go for it. Great. Who cares? Why should I say it's only available from March 22nd to April 9th? Because then in the fall, I'm going to have to go through and change 40 grading period dates, and I'm going to have to do that for 4 classes, and that's going to take me 4 days of clicking stupid stuff. All right, so now I have all my assignments, my MightyLab quizzes, all my participation, week 3, week 4, day 1, week 4, day 2, and then I have extra credit. And then down here, look at all these crap columns that my MightyLab is also throwing in, right?
Oh.
And I don't want those to show to the student.
Now, why are these things dimmed down?
Because these are all the other things from my MightyLab, right? And I don't want them showing to the student. So I have to go through and select each one of these. And so I click the first one, and then I hit Tab and Space Bar, and I select all of those. And then already it said hide selected columns, right? But you will see the category every time I do an update, it changes the category back to MyITLab. Well, that's going to impact their grade and screw their grade up. I have to come through every time I do an update, change the category of that one to no category. Right now, those are all no category, so that's not going to impact their grade. And now I hit submit, and I could just make sure that MyITLab up there is still MyITLab right there. But now I hit submit, and all their grades have been updated. It's all live in Blackboard. This isn't impacting, their grade, the category thing, and so it's as streamlined as you could get. I used to just enter Blackboard grades at the end of the semester, so now they get it once a week, right? And now it's showing up their grade right here, showing me how they're doing, and that's real time for them pretty much, right? Except for the MyITLab is updated once a week, so they have a tab over here called My Grade where they could look and they could see how am I doing in the class.
Yeah, one of the videos says check your grades. Put that in.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And on the announcements every week, I have a big announcement, and that was at 36, or 35, 40. Every week, I have this big announcement. We are in week 3, so they know that they need to come into assignments. We're in week 3, right? Next week, they'll say we are in week 4. And they know they need to come into assignments. And they should be done with week 1, week 2, and they need to do week 3 stuff. And they need to come into quizzes, and they need to do week 3 stuff. Now, MyITLab doesn't have week 1, week 2, week 3, because I just didn't figure that out. I just left it named what it was named because I thought it might screw up the syncing.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble with some of that stuff. We did it this morning. We're going to do it again today, but on my other class. Can we go to my 12 classes and see about integrating the...
Sure.
Okay. What I want to do is integrate the Blackboard gradebook with the CIT 12.
Okay.
I have 2 sections. You're familiar with that deal when Bonnie and I did it in there, how it duplicated the thing? We ended up with...
yeah, that's happening to me too. Every time you do it, it throws in 3,000 columns.
All right.
So you can only set it up once, and you have to get it right. And if you're going to set it up again, you got to delete everything that's already in there. So the first thing we should do is in 12,
Well, I haven't put anything in there yet, so...
we should go in and we should look at the grade center and just make sure there's nothing in there. And let's look at column organization, just see what all these different columns are. So you have all these active help desk. I don't know what that stuff is. Keeping your data on hand, assignments.
What is all that stuff?
And you got Excel Chapter 2, simulation training. So this looks like it all came in from MyITLab. We don't want any of this.
Oh, we don't?
No, right? We're going to
Okay.
start over.
Right.
So we're going to cancel here. And we could manually go through and click on each of those 3,000 columns and say delete column. Okay. And that's going to take us an hour.
All right.
A lot more, actually, probably. Or we could come down here to packages and utilities, bulk delete, and we could say I want to delete all grade center columns, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to hit, I have to type delete just to confirm I'm not accidentally doing this. And now all grade center columns will be gone. And we could go back and confirm that. Well, it's showing just these 2 here, right? But it's still showing a bunch of columns here.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it just takes a second to replicate. Announcements, users, groups, discussion boards, tests, statistics, glossaries, course messages, journals, information, content, delete. That's the same thing. So now we're at the word chapter. Oh, that's because I scrolled it over. So I'd actually probably just walk away at this point from this one and 9971 and then look at it in an hour or something to see if it figured it out.
Okay.
Even though computers are supposed to be pretty quick. And let's come in and look at 9976 and look at your grade center.
My goodness, same thing.
Organization, yeah.
Yeah, look, they're all there.
Bunch of things in here, MightyLab things. So we'll go into packages and utilities and bulk delete and see if this one does it. I wonder if there's some other way to reset the grade book. I thought that's how I did it. So we still have all our columns here, but if we go look at our columns here, I bet you they're gone. So at this point, I might walk over to John Wilson and be like, what's up? Because I don't want to go through and delete each of those columns. No way.
All right.
You know, look, you got all those that take forever.
Unless it
and then once you've done that, you're going to go into Course Tools. And you got a lot of tools shown here. You go into Pearson's MyLab and Mastering. And you're going to select MyLab and Mastering product to use with this course. Okay. Let's see what happens. And continue.
This will all be on that
Video.
video.
So we started doing this at about 40 minutes to the MyLab stuff. I don't know if MyLab works with Firefox. We're in Firefox right now. So we might have to just dump this and go into Internet Explorer, Chrome or something.
Even University of Phoenix's don't use Internet Explorer 7, 8, 9, or 10.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing but trouble. So there's a lot of stuff they do online. So
La-di-da, huh? So at this point, I'd be about to ready to give up.
all right.
So I'm going to start Internet Explorer. And I'll bring this one over here just in case it decides to come up. We could be watching it. But once you get your courses set up like this, Jim, log in. Grading becomes so easy, you know, because you're just looking at images. You create your assignments. Like you might have them get a certain accounting project, a certain point. Take a picture of it. Show me the picture. Great, you got it there. You figured it out. Show me the picture of the balance sheet. Great, you got it there. You figured it out. And images, you just download them and you look at them. You don't have to open the spreadsheet and get into it, which takes a long time. All right, so we were in 9976. Let's go into 9971. And you can see this one's still grinding away. 9976, first one we tried. And now we're going to, just out of curiosity, see if we've given enough time for your grade book to get. Oh, see, now that grade book's cleared out. All right. So for whatever reason, awesome. So now we're going to go into Course Tools. Or maybe it was a Firefox issue, you know, where Firefox is just holding cache or something.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into MyLab and Mastering. and select a MyLab and Mastering Proc user this course. And then let's see if it goes faster here with Internet Explorer. Perfect. So it wasn't liking Firefox, right? Because Firefox is still
that's good to know.
still dying, and we're just gonna get out of Firefox. And Internet Explorer brought up. And select from your courses, and here are different courses. This is the 9971. So what would that be? 9971. So maybe you set up. Let me see what your first of all, let's see what your MightyLab looks like. So log into MightyLab for me. Sign in.
We use the.
Hold on one second. 2013. All right, go for it. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
I just didn't. Hang on.
Is it okay? That's right. All right, we're in.
God.
All right, so you have these different sections right here, right?
Yeah, that's the section I copied from Brian.
Okay.
And from this, I made this one and this one.
Okay. Did you customize these at all?
No, I didn't do anything to them.
You didn't do anything to them.
No.
Okay, because there's ways to sort of make that, just like you could take BlackBoard and make it all better, right? You could take these things and make it all better. So when the students are looking at it, it just is much more simple for the students and much more clear what they're going to do. So yeah, all right, so great. So we are in 29971, and we want 29971, right? And so we just select that course, which we've set up here already, 29971. For me, I set mine up like this, just as an anecdote. And I'm going to have the same problem because I log into this at the beginning of the semester and that's it. So we'll see if I can remember mine.
Why need to get into this?
Just to show you how I did mine. Oh, good. I got in. So I went through and I changed the template, right? And made a master. And then so I only have to change this one time. And then I replicated. So I basically took the template that was given to us, created my own template, and changed it. And then from that template, created different sections for each of my classes.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to keep what Brian had, just so I could get familiar with how to use it.
So now we just hit go. And what would you like your MyLab? What would you like to tile your MyLab mastering course? This is actually going to create another one for you. So I'm going to call this one CIT 12. Where else is that? CIT 12 299971. Great, that's fine. CIT 12 fall 2014 Makovsky. Um, 29971.
Yes.
I got 1 2 9s in there. So it actually, what it does is it takes this thing here, and then it's going to make another section. What are your course dates? And I just said I want mine to be available to students for as long as possible. So I just put it out as far as I go. Do you want to allow their instructors copiers? No. Congratulations, it's being created. Close window.
Now what exactly did I do here?
That's it. You set it up.
This is in BlackBoard now?
Yeah, it should be connected. So we did it for 29971.
Let's do it for the
All right.
too. Yes. Okay,
So let's take a look and see. Posted. And this might take a little bit of time. So if we come here and then go back, maybe we'll get a refresh. And while that's thinking, let's come in here and see if we could find it. So yeah, that's a really good question. Where did BlackBoard go? Right? Pearson Wrap, select instructor help, student help, support tools, customization, Grade Center evaluation, course tools, files, help using Blackboard. Where did MightyLab go? Discussions, content, information, announcements, tools, groups.
Oh, it's under tools.
Under tools?
Yeah, you gotta go all the way to the bottom.
So we'll click on tools, and it seems like we're having a bandwidth issue.
There we are.
There it is. Right. So I would come over here and create a content area and call it MyITLab and make it available to users. And let me see if I could do it that way, and let me see what else there is. Tool link. MyITLab 2, and I'm just playing with these to see what. So I got this one here, right? And let's see what's there. So that's just an area. So I'm going to build content and see tools and MyLab mastering content. And now it's there, and so I drag this up and just put it there, and I'd get rid of this one. I don't know what that looks like when it's done. Let's just see. We're waiting. Yeah, so it looks a little crazy, right? So I'm going to delete that. Delete the content. Are you sure? Yes. Are you really, really sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, are you really sure you want to do this? Because you're about to do it. MyITLab. And so now they have a MyITLab link. And they could click on that, and it's going to take them into their area where they do their stuff.
No, not ready to use. Okay.
Yeah, so once it's done replicating. And then you could go into your grade center and full grade center and manage column organization.
But it's not all in there yet, I guess. Right?
Yeah, so, right, it's going to replicate. So I'd come back and look at this later, and we can work on that later.
Could you do the last one real quick?
Yeah, 29971.
I gotta grab something to eat.
And then, so that's 9971, and let's go look at the other one. The other one is 9976.
You don't ever have any trouble with disruptive students, do you?
I got 2 this semester who were
already?
talking, and so I had to say, hey, you know, it's just a pet peeve of mine, and I find it rude that when somebody's talking, I don't like crosstalk. I don't care who's talking, but there should just be one person talking. And if I'm talking, you know, don't be talking to the people next to you. If you have a hard time, sit somewhere else. And then I had 2 who were leaving early because I have a 10-minute rule. You know, if you got to go early, every now and then, if it's more than 10 minutes, I can't give you credit. If it's less than 10 minutes, okay. If you go every day 10 minutes early, that's going to become a problem. You know, and so 2 guys are leaving early, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, is this going to become a habit?
I tell them all to let me know.
All right, so we need to select a MyLab Mastering product used for this course. And we notice your course is a copy.
Yeah.
What would you
That
like
was
to
the one I
use?
copied from Bonnie Smith. Yeah.
We notice your course is a copy one that's linked to MyLab shown below. Would you like to continue to copy this MyLab and Mastering course? What would you... I guess that's our only choice, right? So we're going to copy Bonnie's here. Is that okay with you? Because it's probably the same as the template, right?
Would you like...
So
Would
what was
change
our
title?
what was our naming before?
Yeah, it's the same as here. CIT 12 space.
Well, I did something different on your 9971, so let's see what I did there. Well, it should show up here. Where did your that's interesting. 9971, or what are we at? 9976, 9971, MightyLab. And let's see what it takes us to. Just looking to see. No, it's not ready yet. Oh, this is the my. Oh, we're gonna go back to courses. That's what I'm looking for. And
Yeah, see, it's not ready. Yeah.
okay, that's what I called it. And this one's gonna be called 9976. So that one's being copied too.
So that'll
And then
import
we
all the
just-
grades.
Now we just need to do a content area.
You'll set up categories and everything.
Maybe. We
Wow.
might have to do a little tweaking.
Alright.
So just come back and I'll tweak it. And then move that up. And then go into it. And add a tool.
Unit spotty stuff here.
And yeah, there it is.
Okay.
So now, just confirm that. All right, man. I think you're done.
All right, I'll check it. I expect to finish sometimes over the week. I gotta grab something.